Okay. Carlos, what did you guys talk about today?
Oh, he was asking like what are some major struggles throughout like childhood and everything, and I told him about like, how the economy got lower. For a small business like my family, we have a small business. We have struggled through like when we opened it, but then like throughout it got like we got in more sales and everything, but we realized through the last year the economy got lower, so our sales have gotten lower. Like we specialize in like rentals, everything for party, and basically what we do is we work with major companies to sell and resell products, and basically because the economy got lower, like our prices always have been low, and we try to keep ourselves like keep ourselves like trying to pay everything we can, like even though like some people have lost their houses, so, like we've been trying like we've been doing our best, and we've been going up.
That's excellent. And do you think you want to be part of, I mean, you already are part of the business, but do you want to continue to be part of the business as you get older?
Well, like since it's a family-run business, mostly our entire family works throughout the store. Like me and my brother, what we do mostly the inventory, stocks, and everything that deals with the merchandise. Me and my brother deal with like every order we have. I help them out.
That's excellent. And what did you learn today? Like, what are you going to take away from your session today?
Well, what we learned is like to take responsibility for like dignity. It means like you have the right to like have a good life. Like he said earlier, there's a difference between being broke and poor. Like a poor is something in your mind that you say that, oh, I'm not gonna achieve anything, but broke is really financially broke. But you can tell yourself, I'm not really gonna be poor because I'm gonna try my best to succeed.
That's excellent. And what do you aspire to do, Carlos?
Well, what I wanted to do is I want to major in mechanical engineering, and I want to like basically that's gonna be my major. I want to go to MIT college.
In Boston?
Yeah.
That's excellent. Very nice. And what are you going to do? Are you going to, I mean, with your family and with your friends, do you think you're going to use this information to teach them, to talk about what you learned today?
Well, yeah, like throughout, like our school has so many programs that we could be in. Over vacation, I go to like colleges like Los Angeles Trade Technical College. I take, there was one time I took a psychology class. The teacher was surprised at how much knowledge I knew, because I knew more like than a college student knew when they were asking us like tests and everything. And they just, a lot of people get surprised like by what I know.
And how do you think you know so much? What have you done? Like what steps have you taken as a youth, and why do you know so much? What are some values that you have that have maybe brought you to?
Some of the things that got me into it, like my best subject is basically math, because when I was in kindergarten, my dad not only taught me math and English, like add up, subtract. My dad also taught me how to multiply. He taught me my timetables when I was like in kindergarten.
Sure.
So like throughout, like right now I'm in 8th grade. You see my brothers and sisters helping me throughout my schoolwork, and they not only teach me just like what I'm supposed to know, they teach me beyond it, like my brother.
That's excellent. And so do you live around the area, or where do you live?
Well, I live across the street.
Love, right across the street.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, so growing up in Los Angeles and as a young person, are there some choices you had to make in order to, keep with the values that you had, or is there certain, things that you had to kind of stay away from in order to keep on a straight path?
Well, your parents always tell you like don't do drugs and everything. Like, but like one thing that a lot of students struggle with is like peer pressure, and around the neighborhood. Like there was one time like me and my brother just walking around the neighborhood. You see some people be like, "Oh, go inside your house right now before you get hurt." Or like we know what to do, and we know that like don't do bad things and like stay away from that.
And how do you resist peer pressure? Like when it faces you, or when you kind of hear peer pressure, how do you stay away from kind of giving into that?
Or the way everybody in my class usually does it, like we if somebody tries to peer pressure you into it, we just like we put it in their perspective. Like if they say, oh, do this drug, I'll be like, why would I do it? Like give me a real reason, why should I? And like usually people, when they try to peer pressure into it, they're like just trying to make you do it. They don't think beyond it. And what you have to think is like, make sure you tell them like no, and you make them get confused. Like you start talking to them more, and they don't know what they're talking about.
That's excellent. And then for I guess the last thing, what would you tell if you could speak to, not just your peers at Fauché, but like your peers around the country who don't think the same way you do, don't have the same values. What would kind of advice would you give them, or guidance would you give them?
Well, I would tell them, like, even though like you may struggle through life, like don't give up on everything. Like even though you may have some teachers that will tell you you'll never achieve this, or you won't do it, or it's too hard for you, keep on trying, and like never give up, because you can't really fail unless you stop trying.
That's perfect. Well, thank you so much, Carlos. Thank you.